Hey everyone, Mike McClary here from Amazing.com. And today I'm here to show you an all-new listing optimization tool called Rise. Rise is the only tool of its kind that takes real Amazon listing and analytics data and combines it with our years of experience optimizing thousands of Amazon listings in order to give you the exact steps that you need to take in order to get more traffic and more sales for your Amazon products. Now let's go take a look and see exactly how it works. You can access Rise by going to rise.amazing.com, and using it is as simple as entering either your product ASIN or your product URL. Now let's imagine that we wanted to sell this digital black scale on Amazon. Now digital scales are absolutely crushing it on Amazon right now. They have been for a while. If we're to look at some of the top selling scales, you can see that they on average do about 5,500 monthly sales, which is on average over 180 sales a day. If you look at the revenue, this one right here does over $500,000 a month. The next one does over 400,000, 358. The fourth one down does almost $1 million a month all by itself in sales of a digital scale. However, if you can't get on page one with your listing, you're not going to get any traffic. And even if you do get the traffic, if your page isn't converting, you're not going to get enough sales. For example, the one we're looking at here, if we're to look at its estimated monthly sales, we can see it's only doing about $5,500 a month, which is only about 5 or 6 sales a day. So what's the difference between all the digital scales that are crushing it on this page and this digital scale right here? Well, we're going to use Rise to help tell us that so that we can make our improvements and start getting closer towards the sales that we want to achieve. Now, all we need to do is either copy the ASIN or the URL. I'm going to take the URL right now, and then I'm going to go over here and put it into Rise and hit Run Report. And once Rise is done analyzing your competition, pulling in all the most traffic keywords and the highest converting keywords, and then looking at every component of your product listing, you'll be presented with a Rise overall listing score like you see right here. Now, in addition to an overall score, we're also going to give you scores for your content, your images, your pricing and discounts, and your customer interaction. Now, one thing everyone always wants to know is what's considered to be a good Rise score. I like to think of a score as anything above 70 as a good score. Think of it as when you were back in school. A 70 to 80 would be a C, 80 to 90 would be a B, and a 90 or above would be excellent and an A. We've built the Rise scoring to be similar to that. So this listing right here with a score of only 51 definitely has room for improvement. Now you could immediately start going into each one of the sections of Rise, click on them to expand them, and start implementing the suggestions that Rise is giving you in order to get more traffic and higher conversions. However, I'm going to show you a few options we've built into Rise to get even more powerful, more accurate results to have the best converting listing possible. Now, the first thing I want to do is click on the Refine Competitors button. Rise compares your product to all the top selling products in your category. That way you can find areas for improvement, looking at what they're doing well and what you're not doing, and it uses all your top selling competitors to gather keywords as well, to see which keywords they're getting all the traffic from and which keywords they're getting all their sales from. So the first thing you'll want to do is make sure that all the top selling products that Rise found for your product category are the same types of products that you're actually selling. Keep in mind, we're selling a digital scale here, so we're going to go through here. These all do appear to be digital scales. I'm going to go down. This one looks like it might be analog, but it's also digital, so I think that's okay. And if we keep scrolling down, we find one down here that is just a regular analog scale. So since we're going to be looking and to compare our product against like type products, I would want to remove this product from our analysis. And we do that by simply clicking on it. And you'll notice that it's grayed out. Now, this screen right here, it's more than just looking at your top competition. It gives you a lot more information as well. If you hover over this little eye, it's going to pop up and tell you not only the ASIN for that product, which if you clicked on, it would pull up that product in a new screen so you can see all the details. It's also going to tell you all of the keywords that this product is not only getting traffic from, but also making sales from. And these keywords are going to be sorted in the order of who's getting the most traffic. It's incredibly powerful information for each one of these products that you can get right from this screen. And each eye that you hover over will tell you the keywords for that individual product. Now, once we've reviewed that we only have those that are truly like our product left over, and we've grayed out those that are not, we click Save and Refine Keywords. Now, this next screen is not only one of the most important screens on Rise, but it's also one of the most powerful because of all the information that it gives you. And there's two important steps that you'll want to take when you review this screen. But before I go over those, let me first show you exactly what you're seeing on the screen. This screen right here is going to look at all your top selling competitors that we just reviewed, and then it's going to go look at Amazon's actual search term data and find all of the keywords that your competitors are getting traffic from and getting sales from. And then it's going to list them in the order of the most popular to the least popular. So if you're seeing keywords on this screen, then you know that these keywords are driving traffic and sales for all the competition we just reviewed. And the tool here is going to list these keywords in the order of the most popular to the least popular as well. Now, it's also going to tell us something really important about our own listing. It's going to highlight where in our listing we're already using these keywords. So for example, scale is shown in our title, description, and bullets. Weight scale is shown in our description and bullets, and bathroom scale is shown in our title and description, and so forth. And everywhere we see a little highlighted green corner, that's where you know that a keyword is already being used. Now, all these other ones that don't have any highlighting, these are high value keywords that you don't currently have in your listing and are great opportunities to add to your listing and get more traffic and more sales. Now, you'll also notice that when we hover over any one of these keywords, it's going to give you the rank for that keyword so you can see exactly where it compares next to all the other keywords on Amazon. Now, there are two important things that we want to do when reviewing these search terms. The first is we want to verify what your primary search term is for your product. Now, you'll notice that the tool is going to assume that the most popular search term, the one that's getting the most traffic and the most sales, should be your primary search term as well. And in most cases, that will be the case. However, if just because a search term is getting all the traffic and sales, it may not be the one that you want to put in your title as your primary search term. And if that's the case, you have the option of actually hitting the select primary key button and then picking which one of these you believe should be the primary search term for your product. Think about if you were looking for your type of product on Amazon, what would you start searching for in order to have it pull up? In this case, for me, I would probably search for digital scale. Now I'm going to select that, and that resets that as our primary search term. And that's important because the Rise tool is going to use that when evaluating your listing to make sure that it is as optimized as possible. Now, if we go back and we notice that scales for body weight was what we had actually suggested before, I noticed that it was the very first one, and it must be the most popular one for the products we looked at. I first questioned that because that seemed kind of a weird search term, but when I went to Amazon and I started typing in scale like I was searching for a product, you'll notice before I even finish it, Amazon is already suggesting scales for body weight because so many people must be searching for that's why Amazon is putting up as one of the first suggested search terms. So even if you may think that a search term wouldn't be normally searched for your product, the tool is going by real data on Amazon and showing you exactly what people are searching for, what they're clicking on, and what they're buying. It doesn't mean you have to put that in your title. It does not mean you have to say that is your primary search term, but by all means, the tool is going to tell you what it thinks is the most popular one so you can make that decision. Now, like I said, in this case, I believe digital scale will be your primary search term, so I've selected that right now. Now, the next thing we want to do before we rerun our analysis using our updated keywords list is we also want to make sure that the keywords in this list are relevant for our product. Now, if they're in this list, we know that these search terms were used on Amazon in order to find and buy some of the products that we found in our list before, all the top competition. So clearly these are products getting traffic and getting sales, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be relevant for your product. For example, we're selling a digital scale, but let's imagine that people are searching for analog scales. Do we really want our product to show up when people looking specifically for analog scales? I would think not. So I don't want to include that in my analysis because I don't want Rise suggesting that we put analog scale in our product listing somewhere just because it happened to get a sale or two. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to exclude any of the search terms that have the word analog in it. Now I could simply go through and look for those, but we've put a handy filter up here where you can start typing in any keyword. And you'll notice as soon as I type in analog, it shows you all the keywords that have the word analog in it. we could exclude them one by clicking on them, or we could click on the disable all, and that will exclude everything that it sees down below. And if we make a mistake, we can always click on it to reactivate it, or click on enable all to enable everything that's visible down here. But I do want to exclude any keywords that have the word analog in it, so I'm going to leave those as disabled. Now, if I click the X to close the filter, then we're back to the screen. We can see all the ones that we have disabled. And then we can go through and make sure that any other search terms that are not relevant for our product, we've disabled, so the Rise tool knows to exclude them for this analysis. Another good example would be, I see right here, Fitbit. Looks like someone did a search for Fitbit Area 2. That's a model of the Fitbit fitness tracker. And they ended up buying some of the digital scales that we just saw on the screen before. Now, however, I don't necessarily want to put Fitbit into my product listing. So if I wanted to exclude it from the analysis, I could simply click on it, and that would then exclude it from our analysis that the Rise tool is going to use. Now, once you're done looking at the keywords, then you simply rerun the report, and it's going to rerun the analysis using your updated keywords that you just put into your product listing. Now, as you'll see here, even though we knew that digital scale, we believe, is our new search term, let's go down and start looking at what Rise is telling us. Under our title, we're getting a red score for the primary search term. When I click on it, Rise is telling us we couldn't find the primary search term of digital scale in your title, which is kind of hard to believe. If you look at this product right here, super sleek black bathroom scale, all black glass surface, 400 pound capacity. It doesn't, not only does it not say digital scale, it doesn't have the word digital in here anywhere at all. And this is a digital scale, and they don't have it in their title. So in order to get more traffic almost immediately with this product, I would put digital scale in your title. And as we know from inside of Amazing, I would try to put that somewhere in the first 5 words of your title. So in this instance, it could be super sleek, black digital scale. That one change right there will get this product to rank higher and get more traffic. Now, in addition to the primary search term, we also want to go down and look at the secondary search terms. Now, secondary search terms, they're simply all the other keywords or search terms that are getting traffic for your competition. If you want to see them, click on the Refine Keywords button again. These are all the secondary search terms. Now, you'll never be able to include all of them in your listing, but you want to include as many as possible. And Rise is going to give you specific advice on that. So under secondary search terms, it tells you that we only found these other 2 search terms in your listing, scale and bathroom scale. And it suggests try adding at least one more of the following search terms here. Scales for body weight, weight scale, scales digital, weight and body fat, weight, smart scale, all great different suggestions right here. And again, when we give you suggestions, we're going to give you them in the order of the most traffic possible. You could go up, absolutely, find those same ones yourselves, but we're going to tell you the next 10 that we don't see in your listing and that are getting the most traffic for your competition, so that you can go back into your listing and enter them somewhere in your title, or as you see down below, in your bullets or even your description. Now, as far as the title goes as well, we also compare the length of your title to the length of your competition. This product has a length of only 77 characters. All the other ones have an average of 128. So what we're suggesting, try to make your title somewhere similar to where your competition is. So we're suggesting somewhere between 102 and 154 characters. It always depends upon your competition. So if all your top selling competitions have very short titles, we tell you to do the same. If they all have very long ones, we tell you to do the same. That's the power of Rise. It goes through and analyzes all these different components with your competition to give you specific advice on how to improve your listing to make it not only get more traffic, but to get higher conversions as well. Now, after the title, we go down and look at the description. You'll notice here that this particular product, it says that we are using basic formatting in our product description, but we're not using HTML, we're not using enhanced brand content. So the suggestion here is if you are brand registered, go ahead and add enhanced brand content to your listing. That's going to give you an immediate bump in conversions as well. Now, we're also going to look at search terms in your description. Good thing is, in the description here, let's go take a look at it. There are a lot of search terms in your description that are matching what are some of the top selling search terms. If we went back and looked at the Rise tool, we would see those all highlighted. Bathroom scale is in the description. Weight scale is in the description. Scale is in the title, description, and bullets. So we could actually see which ones are in the description, but the tool is telling you we got at least 5 in there, and so that's a good start for your description. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for your bullets. We're going to tell you if you're using enough search terms, this product is. If you weren't, we would tell you exactly which ones we suggest to add to it. We're also doing a check for sensitive phrases. Now this one looks for some keywords that sometimes cause issues on Amazon. As you know, from a seller's perspective, you're not supposed to offer seller guarantees or seller warranties on there. And so if we find those, we're going to flag them and just put a red mark here so you know that you don't have to go out there necessarily and remove them, but just keep in mind that Amazon can sometimes flag products that have those words warranty and guarantee in them, and we want you to know about that so you're aware of it. Also, we have found, especially now with the COVID crisis, that terms like antibacterial are causing flags as well. And so if we find that in your listing, we're going to tell you it's there so you can be aware of it at least and consider removing it. We're also going to look at all the search terms in your bullets, and again, we'll tell you which ones we found in your bullets, and we're going to tell you other ones that we suggest putting into your bullets. And in this case, you already have 4, so this product we think should add at least 1 more to get even more traffic. And then we're also going to look at your average bullet point lengths and compare them to the average of your competition. Now, when it comes to the images, we're going to make sure you're using all available slots. This product is not. So we want you to go ahead and use all possible slots for your listing. If possible, use a video. Videos have been shown to increase conversions by 3.6 times. So if you have the ability to add a video, and almost every seller can now, add it to there. It's going to increase your conversions. For image resolution, we all know that every image on Amazon should be zoomable to get the maximum viewing from your customers. So if we find any of your images that aren't zoomable, we're going to flag it and let you know so you can go and add a more zoomable image to it. We're also going to compare your pricing to your competition. This product right here, let's take a quick look at it. Looks like it's priced at $31.95, and your competition's average is $20.91. Now, we would recommend trying to either lower that to somewhere closer to that, or if you can, lowering it to your top selling product in order for your product to convert as well as possible. This does not mean you have to go out there and always have the cheapest product, but we want to let you know that if other products are selling well because they're priced much lower, we're going to let you know that so you can consider lowering your price as well. You'll also notice that this product doesn't have a coupon active. We have found through all of our experience that having a coupon, even as little as 5%, drastically increases your conversions. So if you don't have one, go out there and put a coupon on your product. Next, we're going to look at your reviews and your questions and answers. People don't realize it, but reviews are a great place to not only show your customers how you react and how you like to give the best customer service possible, you can also put valuable search terms in your product reviews. So we're going to go out there and look at your quantity of your product reviews. This one is doing well with well over 100, but could still even get more reviews. So we're flagging that because you want to go out there and get even more reviews. The rating here is kind of average of 4.3. We like to see 4.5 or higher. So we're going to, again, tell you exactly where we see some deficiencies in your listing. As far as review velocity, that's the term of how many reviews you get every single day. Now we're also going to look on how often you're commenting on your negative reviews. This seller right here has commented on 3 of their last negative reviews. That's great, but they didn't comment on all their negative reviews. And that's something that we found in the past works really well. If you have a negative review, you want to comment on it, not just to let the person giving the bad review know that you care, but also let all the other prospective buyers know that you are very reactive, want to keep your customers happy. And the last thing we're looking at is also the question and answer. We're going to look at how many different questions you're getting on your product. Questions are a great place to not only have your customers find answers about your product, but also to include valuable search terms as well. You control the answers. You control what you put into your answers. So if you want to talk about some of the features of your product, the questions and answers section of your product are a great place to do that. And they're also a great place to put in high scoring search terms. We're going to tell you if we see you answering questions, and if you are, whether or not we see you putting in high value search terms as well. And then we're also going to tell you, other people can answer your questions, but we believe that every seller should answer every single question on your listing. And the more times you do that, the higher your score will be with the Rise tool. Now, when you're done reviewing your report, you can save this product and report so that this product and every single time you save the report will show up under My Products. That way you can track your performance over time, and you can also email the report to you as well. Now, what I've just walked you through is only the beginning of the Rise tool from Amazing. This is only in its beta form, and we've just released it to get your feedback on what you do and what you don't like on it. But we're already working on other enhanced features and capabilities that we'll be rolling out shortly. If you have any questions at all, please drop us a line at Amazing.com or post in the comments below. And definitely go out and try the tool right now by going to rise.amazing.com. It's completely free to use, and you can get your listing optimization score without paying a dime. Definitely check it out. Let me know what you think about the tool in this video, and let us know what you'd like to see for us to add to Rise in the future.